wasn't easy getting here. I had to earn this place right here, right? It took some work to get to this place right here.
Yes.
You know, just like when I was sick with the flu, it took medication to get that sickness up out of me. I just didn't snap my finger and be like, I'm gonna be well again.
Right. Hello everybody, my name is Rashad B. I'd like to welcome y'all to another season, episode of Tales from the Real World podcast. Joining me today, special guest, my friend, my brother, Dennis Holliger. Good friend, you know. I love his soul, you know what I mean? He speak from the heart, from the soul, you know, passionate about what he do. Like I could tell from his quotes he put up on Facebook, you know, and not just talking, he live it. Like I could tell in his steps, you know, hard worker, you know, that drew me to him. I was admired by that, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna let Dennis go ahead and, you know, introduce himself besides me giving an introduction, tell you a little bit about himself. Go ahead, Dennis.
All right, thank you. Hello, everyone. Rashad, thank you. Brian, thank you for having me. And you know, it's the humble place that I'm in right now. It's all that I've been through in my past that got me to where I'm at. And the topic today is embrace our situations. And embracing my situation, the good, the bad, the ugly, when the fear of the unknown arrives, when life on life term arrives, the challenges of life, it's not to run, it's to face them. Because when I run, they're still going to be there no matter what. So when I face them, it's better to deal with them head on, so that they can start to get taken care of. Any problem, it's looking for the solution. Whatever I go through helps somebody else who's ever looking from the outside in. Whatever I share, what I'm dealing with during the situation, help somebody that might be listening and not knowing how to ask for help, talk about what's going on with them, and getting honest with their own self. But like, that's the key, getting honest, right? If I don't get honest, then I don't get the full help that I really need, right? Because if I give you half of what's going on, then I'm only going to get half of the help that I'm really looking for. So then still the problem is there, you know, getting ready to manifest again. It's like taking a piece of weed and not cutting it by the root. You know, it's still able to grow.
Right.
But when I take it from the root out of the ground, I'm taking it all the way out of the picture now. It's not able to grow no more, you know? So getting to the core, to the nature of what's going on, trying to uproot that whole situation and deal with it. You know, only to overcome. Not everything is going to be successful the first go around, maybe not even the second. But there's a fight within each of us. And we have to be stronger than what we face. And we don't have to deal with anything alone. You know, there's people more than willing to lend a helping hand. It's all about me opening up and letting people know where I'm at, so that they can step in, you know, especially people that can understand and been there themselves. Right. And then you have people who haven't been there, who just have empathy and just like, hey, listen, you're human, I'm human. I want to be there to help, because like there's a purpose in all of us, right? Which is bigger than all of us, right? And that's our higher powers, meaning for life. love yourself and love your neighbor like you love yourself. Love yourself, each one, teach one. You keep it by giving it away. What I have, I'm a blessing by offering a lending hand, man. Because if I just keep, I'm robbing.
Yeah.
I'm stealing. I'm cheating myself out of blessings that can come. And then like when blessings stop coming, flowing, I start seeing more negative consequences. I start seeing more suffering because I'm doing things in a negative way. But with an open heart, right, of being more caring outside of myself and considerate for others, like that's living the purpose of what life is really all about, man. And like that's embracing my situation, is remembering where I came from and where I want to go in life, is understanding that like being in a better position today, there's other people struggling. So there's others that lend a helping hand to me to get on my feet. So it's only right to step back and give a lending help to the next man, right? So they can get on their feet. And I tell them, just do that for somebody else, because this is paying it forward.
Right.
You're the man in front of me, ready to pay for your cup of coffee. Let me take care of that. Not to get the shine.
No.
It's not the pat on the back. It's not the attaboy. No. It's just the kindness of my heart. Just a simple extension of my hand to your hand. Hey, how you doing today? Man, make a world of difference. A hug makes a world of difference. When I ask somebody how they're doing, it's not a simple phrase. It's actually, how are you doing? Because you never know what the next man is going through. And just to take the time to listen fully, that's me caring outside of myself. Because selfishness and self-centeredness, man, it's a core of the negativity, which we call in recovery the disease of our addiction. Our addiction robbed us and others of the peace. And peace is within, right? That spiritual peace. The closest people to any addict, 9 times out of 10, receive the most hurt from that addict. Mothers were stolen from. They were stolen. We stole from them their peace. We stole their sleep. We might have even stole out of their purse. Children might even have stole out of their penny bank, right? Might even have stolen that money that was for not even just their food, but for their diapers. See, like that harsh darkness that I'm talking about, that's getting honest, right? Looking at it honestly, right? Just so I can remember where I came from, so I don't have to return. Because like now I'm living in the light. I'm shedding light on the dark places that I was in. So I just think my higher power, God, right, who wakes me up every day, not my alarm clock, gets me on my feet, and now comes the gratitude. Because I used to wake up and forget about who woke me up. I used to think, like, what am I going to do today? And like, why am I waking up? Because I didn't know my purpose. I didn't care for too much. It was all self-consumed. Me. What am I going to do? How can I? And again, it was all self-consumed. And the suffering was what I was, getting constantly, because I couldn't see past what was going on with me. I didn't care what was going on with this, that, and the third. And everybody would say, well, what about your kids? Well, what about your parents? What about me is what my response might have been. But today, I kind of put myself to the side. I make sure that my needs are met, and I thank God for that. And then I check on those of value to me, who I love. And my love today is shown in action, not just verbally saying it because it sounds good. It's shown in my action, out of appreciation. The way that I'm living life today is how I'm making an amends to those I hurt. So then when I go back and I apologize to the people that I hurt, who I stole their peace, robbed them of their sleep, it's easier to accept. But I gotta also remember that some people aren't gonna always accept my apology, and it's okay as long as I extended myself to at least say I'm sorry. And I gotta keep doing the right thing, simply because it's the right thing to do. It's not about the acceptance of someone else. I don't live that way today. I accept me for who I am. And those who accept me for who I am today, that's a blessing in itself. Now, I pray for everyone and anyone, those close to me, associates, friends, and I even pray for my enemies, that they'd have a change of heart, change of mindset. I'd just like to be a living example, because we all are an influence. You never know who's watching and where they're watching from. But we all get watched at some point in time, and you never know how we can help somebody, And that's the thing that we got to keep in mind, Embrace your situation. Look at what you have that someone else would love to have, that we might take for granted. Instead of taking it for granted, take advantage. The blessing that you have, the warm bed, the hot shower, clothes on your back, food, and whatever you can lend out to help somebody else, whether it be words of encouragement, $1 here, some clothes that you might not wear. It's okay to extend yourself to be a blessing to somebody else.
When I came to you with the topic, about embracing your situation, because we both know that's really not. That's when come with that peace. When you get there, I know you can agree, that peace with yourself. That growth, that connection with your higher power. Because when I got there, it was like, okay, God was there. I couldn't find myself getting there without having that moment, when I was at that place at the rehab, and I, like for a minute I'm in my head, but the moment I start relaxing, it's okay. This is what it is. Now I'm about to go to the next step. God already had plans, with me and by me embracing it. For me, like I feel like with me embracing it, it was like it showed a sense of faith, trust in my higher power, that He's gonna brighten the day, not just the day. He got the road planned.
He got
what I mean? He got it planned down the road for me. And things got more easier, because I was one who always wanted to know what's my purpose. Like, what's my purpose here? What's my purpose? I know it wasn't, just me hanging around doing what He didn't want me to do. And like you said, you mentioned things that's on the Ten Commandments. And when you live in that way, His way, that's peace, that's wild your imagine, your wildest dream, right? You know what I mean? That peace that come from living his way, being kind, showing love to your neighbors, praying for your enemies. You know what I mean? Yeah. You doing that, you living out your, it's peace that, like, and I say, like, why I ain't been doing it, but it was when he was ready, perfect timing, what a coincidence, you know what I mean? And that's why when we got on that topic, man, it was like, okay, and me embracing, it made my journey much easier. You know what I mean? It made it so much easier the moment I started embracing who I am. You know what I mean? Yeah. Who I am. I'm not ashamed of who I am. At one point in time, I was ashamed. One time I came home from detox and I go hide up in the room. This is when I wasn't embracing who I am. I'm up in the room and one of my aunts comes. She say, "Why are you hiding?" I'm like, "No, I'm not. What, you ashamed of what God did for you? Come on outside." And I'm like, "No, I don't want to." But then I thought, well, these people just seen me 7 days ago, and I ain't even have like a care because I wasn't even in my mind. But I'm walking out. But now I get like God, like let them see what I did. Let them see my work. You know what I mean? That I'm real. Right. Come, give your testimony that come from me. You know what I mean? And man, it just got much. The road got so easier, man. I might have my little here and there's, but it's just moments. You know what I mean? Moments compared to what he got planned. Like you said, that lending your ear. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, $1 stay in your hand, go out your way. You know what I mean? Doing that, like it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing, and that's how the connection with us. You know what I mean? And it's just man, like, bro, like, and this is where the peace at. Because we used to ride in together, and you could just see when the peace is there. It's like less like confusion. You know what I mean? In the brain, you just coasting. You ain't. Up in the head with too much. You know what I mean? And go ahead.
Yo, check this out, right? I'm thinking before we got here, right? I'm using drugs heavy. I'm living wrong. Left is the way my life was going, right? And those little prayers like help me. Right? I'm gonna just keep it simple with just that kind of a prayer of help me, right? So when God steps in to help me, it came like in a way that I didn't expect to get help, right? So I see it now, the kind of help. When I got sent to jail. Right? But like, I'm thinking it's a punishment, right? But see, that kind of help separated me from the streets. That kind of help helped me to stop using drugs like I was, right? That kind of help separated me from the people, places, and things. That kind of help was the prayer that God heard and said, this is how I'm going to put some order in your life when I place you here, and now I can give another direction from here for your life. See, it's the hidden agendas, right? It's God's plans, right? Embracing the situation, we might not embrace it right away because we might not really understand. Right. But in hindsight, it's like, wow. Yo, I got here because of that.
Yo, that's deep. When you can take a situation that shows, without me even having to say to whoever watching us, this episode, where you at. When a person can use a place like jail and say that was, you know what I mean? Like, and put that in a bracing moment, because you knew that was like, okay, this is how you answer my prayer. You know what I mean? That shows right there without even having to say, and I like how you went there, because I thought when I would say that to myself, like, would I be sounding crazy when I say that? You know what I mean? About that, being there, because it was me being there, was like you said, he put you in places, as my religion, as it being Muslim, he put you in places where you're going to remember him the most.
Absolutely.
You got, right, you got him.
Absolutely, right.
I got you here.
Yeah.
Yep. And I go ahead, I like, Dennis, I love how you know.
And see, like, it's not going to come in the form of Here goes $1,000. Get on your feet. It's going to be like, hey, listen, I'm gonna sit you down. And in this time right here, you have no other choice but to look to me. Now you're praying more. You got that. You're giving God that attention, right? Like you said, where you remember Him the most, because He put you in that position, and then God likes when He had you in them positions, because He knows that you're gonna call on Him. Now it's like when I start putting you in better places from this point, what are you gonna do with it? Right? Are you going to keep remembering me and thanking me? Or are you just going to say, God, I got this. See you when I see you.
Yo.
Then you get jammed up, and then you're them old prayers again.
Right,
help me, God.
Yeah.
See, but like time and time again, we've all done that. But at some point in time, it's like, hold up. God keeps coming to my rescue. He never leaves me. I stray away from Him.
When we talk about the animal leaving the herd, I'll be the one. He never, like you said, he never leave. It'd be me go detour, go back to the left when he got me on the right.
Right.
Yeah.
Stick with the herd. Because if you're caught out there by yourself, you're an easy target.
The hunters out there.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, and that's like with the disease, con, slick, you know what I mean? And it runners come through. It come through for me now. It come through people, my family. You know what I mean? And it's coming through all types of ways. Like, oh, I'm like, okay, oh no, I ain't gonna come through that way now. I'm gonna come through this way. You know, and I'm like, okay, all right. I'm aware of you now, you know, but I'm never going to act like I can go at you, because I got to keep staying on God. You know what I mean? And I always speak and say, I'm doing His work today. You know what I mean? I pray and I ask. I know they say as mankind, we get free will. Take my free will. I want to be on your, I can't, me driving this car, I'm banging out.
Yeah, right.
I'm banging out. I'm going to turn to you anyway.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just stay on your side and is much better, you know, and being in the fellowship, man, and embracing who I am, you know. I don't need nobody to say, oh, shy. No, I'm going to tell you I'm in there. And you ain't got to tell my story. I'm going to say it, you know. I'm embracing. I'm happy who I am.
That's right.
You know, like,
Yep.
I'm happy. Like,
right.
you know,
Yep.
and like, yo, you were saying it, like, that's that lending that hand, that being there, because that's giving back what was freely given to us. And they say the only way you can keep it is by giving it away. And I like what you said, bro. It becomes stealing when you don't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're taking away, you're not giving back.
Right.
It becomes, it becomes stealing.
And now check this. Like, if I'm not being honest and totally truthful about where I'm at and how I got here, right? I can't be a real vision of hope, right? Because they say recovery is about attraction rather than promotion, right? So like when I do speak on it, I'm saying that like it wasn't easy getting here. I had to earn this place right here, right? It took some work to get to this place right here.
Yes.
You know, just like when I was sick with the flu, it took medication to get that sickness up out of me. I just didn't snap my finger and be like, I'm gonna be well again.
Right.
I had to keep taking the medication and water to keep my body hydrated, well rested. You know, there's steps, there's a process, whether I like it or not. You know, and that's what this thing is about. There's a process. I got to keep my body healthy, my mind focused.
Yeah.
And now I'm able to talk about the steps that are being taken, not took, taken, because this is an ongoing process. It doesn't stop. If I stop, then what I came from is subject to show up again.
Yeah. Yo, you You're right about that. This is a lifetime journey.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's never, oh, I got it. No, it's a lifetime. I like how you said it's a lifetime. Even with putting that with like learning religion, no one say they got it all. You know, it's a lifetime. There's always going to be more to learn. You know what I mean? And with knowing that, knowing is half the battle, right? You know, knowing that you know, I like that.
Right.
You know, and that's keeping you on that ground, like you said. It was hard work getting right here.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I know, I'm quite sure you can agree. Plenty of days, man, I could just, you know, but to stay firm and stay. I think, you know, people should understand, should know that it's a fight. You know what I mean? Not saying they don't know, but you hearing it come from us, like, yo, it wasn't easy getting here. You know what I mean? Temptations is right there. You know what I mean?
All the time.
Sometimes they be right inside the place we be at, recovery house, work. You know what I mean? Anywhere, that temptation be there. You know, waiting to pull us, you know what I mean? Right back down. If it ain't helping us grow, it's going to help us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and man, like, I like what you said, though. Like, you know, knowing, you know already what it is. Like, you know what I mean? And man, this is one of them touching ones right here. You know, like we getting there to that core. You know,
Right, yeah.
I like that. Like you said, if I don't cut it, I just cut the top, not grab it from the bottom. It's coming right back.
Yep.
You know, it's coming right back. Yeah, like yo, like that's why when the topic came up, he was like, come on. Yeah, I'm ready for that. Like, you know, like and same way with the time. You was come on. You know, cause I can see that you want to get us back.
Yeah,
you
man.
know, like you like, okay, this is who I am. I'm a part of this. You know, I'm a representative to the right, to the fullest. You know what I mean? Like, and that's energy that I need to receive because we feed off each other.
No
you know
doubt.
what I mean?
Just like when I asked you, would you
Oh,
come?
yeah.
Man,
Bro.
you was like, what? I'm there.
You
You asked me, I was like, what? We there.
Come on,
Let's
like,
go.
yo, like, and I love that, like, you know what I mean? And it was one of the nights that the podcast supposed to have been shot. And guess what? I said, I feel like my duty is to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when you came, bro, like, it was my duty to be there and pass it back on. You know what I mean? And we touched on some bases that night with the gratitude, you know what I mean? Being grateful. You know, we touched on, that's another one, embracing our situation.
Yeah.
Embracing, I'm here.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Embracing, I'm here. Like, you know, and it was touching, bro. Like, I was so happy that night, Dennis. You released something out of me that night. You know, and I can't even, you know, like imagine that it was gonna come that way. You know, like and yo, I seen you coming over that day, but with the smile like you always, and you for real, like, and it was like, yo, it was like one of them I had to tell. I think on the phone, I had to call, like, look, you know, like it was one of them.
Right.
You know, like this is what this do to us.
Right.
It brings, you know, it brings happiness.
Yeah.
You know, that work is all worth it, man. That work that we put in is worth it, man. Definitely, man. That fight is worth it, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
My man, I
for real,
appreciate
bro.
you.
Anytime, bro. And you know, we got the mini doc coming up, and I don't want anybody to think the producer Brian Dreamer is here. You know, he normally you see him, and it was like a rush, you know, because we was with the time and everything. So I never would leave him out. You know, I was going to mention that he's here. You know, everybody know that he's the one that's behind the scenes.
My man.
When you don't see him, who handle this, producer, you know what I mean? Brian Dreamer is here, you know? Let him know you here, bro. For real.
You guys have just been making this all work, but this is
Right,
awesome.
he here, you know, for real.
Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, like, you know, he helped so much, and even with him, like you said, you mentioned, and I thought of him when you said someone that's not in you know, in the program, who willing to lend a hand and do anything for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie, this is not by him sitting here. He came to my mind. You know, like when I come to him, look, putting together this podcast. What is it about? Oh yeah, come on, I'm in with you. Come on, we doing this. We gonna do this.
Wow.
You know, same. Well, I'm there. You know, and then we got this mini documentary coming up. Dennis is one of the ones going to be on there, also with me, with producer Brian Dreamer. You know, we putting together this mini documentary, you know, man, and it's going to be deep, man. It's going to be deep. You know, For real, it's something that we bring in, you know.
Yeah, man.
And we,
I look forward to it.
Yeah. What the time we looking like? 5 more?
We got 5 minutes.
5 minutes. See, that's why I would
Yeah.
never leave them out. Like we got in here, we knocked it out.
Yeah.
We touched some pointers. You know what I mean?
Hey, listen, if it's not you that's suffering with addiction, it might be somebody in your family. So you can use this information and apply it. The most important thing is just keep things in prayer, man. Like,
Right.
it doesn't have to be what you can do. Just leave it up to your higher power, and His will be done.
Right. But that way, definitely got a special way of closing. I'd like to thank you again for coming on, bro.
Appreciate you.
For real,
Thank
meant
you.
a lot, man.
You
To
too,
all
bro.
our
Appreciate
viewers who watch, man. I know they definitely got a load out of this one tonight, man. For real. Until we come back again and you see him, I'd like to definitely give another special shout out to Brian Dreamer, producer, me, Rashad B, host. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
We got it and knocked it out.